going everybody? Chaos Gaming here, and yes, we are back with some more My Hero Ultra Impact. And in today's video, it is finally time to showcase our boy Present Mike, or if you want to call him Podcast Mike as well, you can if you haven't paid attention to the event quest. But with that being said, let's not waste any more time. Let's blow this shit right the hell up. And ladies and gentlemen, let us get started with today's video. And you can let me know down below, how do you feel about this Present Mike? Do you think that he's good, or do you think that he's bad? Let's start off with the Plus Ultra though, which is going to be Binding Shout. Cancels all temporary buffs of a single opponent and deals 650% damage to the opponent. When the opponent has 5 or more temporary Plus Ultra gauge charge rate down effects, high chance of binding a single opponent for 2 turns, and a high chance of confusing the opponent for 2 turns. The enhancement bonus effect that he is able to obtain once his enhance is activated is that he decreases a single opponent's Plus Ultra gauge by 30% when the opponent has 5 or more temporary Plus Ultra gauge charge rate down effects. Only available in Arena and Club Festival. Increases the skill impact by 50% when the opponent does not have the ability to parry, which is basically going to be majority of the game if they don't have 100 million Midoriya on the team, because currently that is the only character. Please, he is the only character. Yeah, I'm about to say there's no way he's not the only other character, because if you guys don't know, last time I thought the new 4th anniversary Midoriya was the only one with vulnerability, but it was actually Lady Nugget who introduced it first. Then Midoriya came out with it after, so I'm 100% sure there's no way Midoriya 100 million is the only one with parry. There's no other character. But enough with that. First active skill, which is going to be the Echo Voice, cancels 1 temporary buff of all opponents, dealing 325% damage, low chance of inflicting confusion for 2 turns, and decreases critical resistance by 10% and plus Ultra Gauge charge rate by 10% for all opponents for 10 turns. Again, only available in Arena and Club Festival. The enhancement bonus effect is that increases the number of canceled temporary buff for all opponents by 1. The cooldown is for 4 turns. So instead of right here being 1, once you have this enhance effect activated, it's going to change to 2. Second active skill, which is going to be the DJ Blow, cancels 2 temporary buffs of a single opponent, deals 400% damage, high chance of blocking the opponent's buff for 2 turns, and gives cancel status ailment block for 2 turns. The enhancement bonus effect increases the number of canceled temporary buffs for a single opponent to all temporary buffs. Increases the skill impact by 60% when the opponent does not have the ability to parry. Again, the cooldown is going to be 4 turns. So instead of him doing 400% damage, he's going to be doing 460% damage once you do have this effect activated. First auto skill, which is going to be Crazy High Pitch. I wish I had that. Gives character enhanced when these 2 conditions are met at the end of the turn. Number 1 is after the opponent's temporary buffs are cancelled 10 times. Number 2 is after 7 turns pass from the start of battle. Multi-cancels per action equal 1 cancel. Gives character the ability to land a bullseye. Increases plus ultra gauge of all allies by 20% when used in a character's third successfully executed skill chain. So a piece of advice that I will give you guys already is, if you want to, or if you have, because you could not have these type of support memories, and give us support memories that support when you activate the 3rd skill chain, because you already have to use them last. You might as well get more benefits. Like for example, this support memory, if you want to, I mean, you don't have to. My personal type of support memories that I like to run are support memories that basically have speed on them. Like for example, the Togo one has 50% speed, so that's the type of thing I'm probably going to be rocking with him. But if you feel like your team is already fast enough, you could rock a support memory like this, which does give where is it? When using a character's 3rd successfully executed skill chain, increases critical hit rate of all allies by 50% for 3 turns, and critical skill impact by 20% for 3 turns. So this is like a great thing to have to make sure you can do even more damage on a character. But again, that's just an example of something that you want to rock with the Present Mike if you want to gain more stuff with him while you get that 3rd skill chain activated. Where were we? I think we were all the way here. Yeah, okay, so increase the character's critical hit rate by 5% after the opponent's temporary buffs are cancelled 1 time, up to 10 times. Multi-cancels per action equal 1 cancel. Decreases most ultra gauge charge rate of all opponents by 10% for 10 turns after the opponent's temporary buffs are cancelled 3 times. Again, multi-cancels per action equal 1 cancel. After the opponent's temporary buffs are cancelled 5 times, increases character's max HP by 50% up to 2 times, and power by 20% up to 2 times. Basically the same thing again with multi-cancels per action equal 1 cancel. Now, how I'm going to probably be using this character is that I'm going to try to activate the 2nd active skill first, because of course you want to make sure that you are blocking opponent's buffs, making sure that their buffs are not going to be active whatsoever. And then once I do activate that, I'm going to be activating the 1st action skill. And what's also a beneficial thing of activating the first active skill second is because during the first turn, they're not gonna really have plus ultra gauge built up like that unless they have like ecstatic, or at the start of turn with their support memory or in their kit, they have a built-in plus ultra gauge increase. So like bam, they start off the turn with like 35% HP. That is the exception right there. But if that's not the case, again, save this for second and then start with the second active skill being the first one. But enough with that being said, we're gonna try him a little bit in VE Tower. I'm not gonna go too crazy in it like I normally do because this character is mostly like a Ultra Arena type of character. So we'll be right back with that ready to go. So for our first fight, President Mike is gonna have to go up against the main antagonist duo, which is none other than All For One and Shigaraki. This is the team that we are going to be bringing. And with that being said, let's get into the fight. Now, we are not going to see our boy President Mike fully enhanced because, again, you cannot get the plus ultra gauge charge rate down effect unless you are in Club Festival and Ultra Arena. So we don't fill those conditions whatsoever. But I would like to see how he is going to fare without having those buffs up whatsoever. It's just like a curiosity in my head that needs to be fulfilled. So let's get started. Alright, so 26k, 5,000 with our boy Bakugo, and then 25k. That's pretty alright damage. Again, you know, he's not getting all his buffs active. I mean, even if we were Ultra Arena, he wouldn't get all his buffs active right away. But it's alright. Ooh, we got the confusion. Nice. That's what I like to see. Now they basically can't do anything for how many turns? Hold on. Because I did forget how many turns. Okay, one more turn. But basically 2 turns. They're not able to do anything. Alright, 999. Nice. How much damage are you going to do? Yell at him. 34k. Again, completely understandable. Not popping off like that. Why are you hitting yourself? Basically the meme. Why are you hitting yourself? Why are you hitting yourself? 8,000. 24k. And then 24k. Wish he would have crit right there. Alright, destroy mode has been activated, but we don't care about that whatsoever. Alright, President Mike, can you finish this off? No, he can't. But you know what? Better that he didn't finish it off right there, so he could finish it off with the plus ultra. Alright, Aizawa, get in here as well. A nice 67k crit to wrap up our first fight. Let's move on to our second fight, and then once we're done with that, we're gonna go straight into Ultra Arena. I'm not wasting any time. Second fight, we're gonna go up against Toga and the Twices. Now, I was conflicted on which fight I did want to take on because I was thinking maybe to do the Hado, Froppy, or Uraka, but since they don't have that double S difficulty, that's what ultimately decided for me to take on this specific fight right here. But already we could tell with our boy President Mike, I mean, it was obvious since the beginning, but definitely don't want to try to bring him into these type of fights unless you're really trying to land that confusion and that's it. But yeah, ultimately, like, don't bring him into these type of fights. Just make sure specifically he is on the Ultra Arena team. Alright, 1,000 damage. Got the bleed on Bakugo, but that's whatever. Because guess what? You're not going to be alive much longer. That's a fact. You're dead. 10k apiece. President Mike finishing off that twice. Nice. And we get the confuse, aka a nice, beautiful stun. So we just get to land all these plus ultras on him. Bakugo 84k, President Mike and Aizawa, come on, show off once again. Do like 40k. 23k? I think that's a 23k. Yes, keep hitting yourself. Keep hitting yourself. That's what I like to see. Make this fight a lot more faster. 12k, he got absolutely one-shotted. And then 30-something k. Missed me with that. The other Twice is going to be coming back now, but we don't care because Bakugo is basically going to one-shot him. Right, Bakugo? Right, Bakugo? Yeah. Oh, it doesn't matter because then that means President Mike gets to have a little screen time of finishing someone off once again. She's going to activate her plus Ultra now. No Twice is in sight, though. So Bakugo, 999. And then President Mike, you have the chance to once again pop off and kill. Ah, he couldn't do it. Is Midoriya gonna do it? Midoriya couldn't even do it. So who's gonna get the first attack right here? I'm curious. It was Bakugo to get it. Alright, so now that we've got our little warm-up out the way with VE Tower, let's take him to where he's truly going to thrive. Ultra Arena, so I'll be right back with that ready to go. The pre-trials of VE Tower out the way, let us truly show off what this President Mike is capable of, aka taking him on into Ultra Arena. This is the team that we are going up against, and this is the team that we are going to be bringing. So that being said, let's get this fight started. Of course, you guys knew, like I stated in the breakdown video, I was going to be bringing Snowboarding Hawks. Snowboarding Hawks is just too good of an option with other heroes not to bring. Like, come on, man. Well, specifically pro heroes. Let's not say heroes in general, because heroes, it is a wide tag compared to pro heroes, which is just like Hawkses, Endeavor, Medico. You guys get what I'm saying. So let's start off with this, get this going, and then finally we will buff block the Midoriya. Yeah, we'll do that. And let's see how much damage it's going to do on this single target. 24k. That was a lot of damage right there. I like that. Alright, they get to go going like that. Dodge. Alright, now what we're going to do right here is activate our active skill, aka make sure Midoriya does not play the game whatsoever, as you guys are going to see right here. No, we'll go last, just in case we need to make sure that we got the evasion up. 2000. Nice. Evasion. Ah, he got stunned. I was like, wait, what happened? Why did plus ultra charge rate getting to go down? Well, that's because he got stunned. Okay. Alright, now get the hell out of my video game, respectfully. Nice. Alright, so that's one character down. We only got 4 more to go. Hawks hit him with a 19k. And then finally, Momo hits him with a nice... I didn't get to see the damage. I'm not going to lie. I was going to try to predict the damage, but I didn't get to see the damage at all. Damn it. I wish Momo got her freaking access skills back. But sadly, that does not look like to be the case. But since we're not facing a not-so-crazy team now, it doesn't matter whatsoever. Actually, what I want to do is hit the Shoto. The question is, can we hit this? Yes, we can. Let's go. That's what I like to see. Shoto, get hit with the mink. 41k. He almost died. Oh, you're so lucky. If I had Momo's support up, you would have been dead for free. Absolutely. No question in my mind whatsoever. But maybe, who knows? Now that we have the support, you could just be straight up gone. With your other teammates as well. I didn't even need it. We just Hawks got it. Alright, so that's our first fight done. Let's move on to our second fight. Really trying to test limits today, man. I'm really trying to test those limits. So here we are with our second fight, going up against an Uraraka that is practically maxed out. We got Momo and our boy Midoriya, specifically from the second anniversary. Let's get straight into it. Now, I think I'm going to probably switch it up a little bit. Try to activate the first action skill first, then activate the second action skill. Just to see if we could slow down the Uraraka, because we don't want Uraraka built up whatsoever. But that does depend on whether we're going first right here or not. We are not going first. Okay, damn. That Uraraka must have crazy amounts of speed. Oh my god. Just hopefully we don't get stunned. That is the ultimate thing. Alright, nice. We didn't get stunned. Oh, that would have decided life or death right there. But damn, President Mike is already low. It makes sense though, because he is level 100. Alright, nice. So now that is going to charge slower. We could do this. Sure, why not? Let's do that. Bro. Let's attack girl Uraraka. I was thinking about Midoriya, but now let's do Uraraka. Buff her blocks right here. Buff blocker. Dodge. Support. But she's not really getting the support like that. AKA now she is going to die to all these plus ultras. Oh, what happened? Where's your plus ultras? Where's the plus ultras, man? I don't see it. And guess what? It only gets worse for you from here on outwards. Because you're dead. Because you're absolutely dead for free. Oh, Momo, you better be careful because you are next. Nice, we get the confusion off once again. Oh my god, President Mike is going to be absolutely annoying. Do I want a single target? No, we'll buff the AoEs. I always think buffing AoEs are way more important than buffing single targets, in my personal opinion. Since he's gonna activate his most ultra, we don't gotta worry. I was thinking about it, like, do I want to, try to make it to where we get the evasion or not? But since Hawks has multiple evasions, we're fine. What? You didn't attack Hawks? I thought you would attack Hawks because you're idiots, but I guess not. They're a little bit more smarter than I thought. They still can't attack her yet. Once we kill this Midoriya, we are going to be able to attack her. AoE, but that does nothing. President Mike once again going to be able to go off. Hit him with the GG Gori. Yahoo! Max damage. Yes. Yes, President Mike. Let him know. Or Podcast Mike. Whatever you want to call the man. Oh, you're done. Goodbye. Ah, Ida, now comes the question. What are you gonna do? Explain to me, Ida. Give me a detailed paragraph MLA format what you're about to do. I can tell you in a sentence. You're gonna die. Wow, you had that whole cinematic scene just to not do any damage. My god, this must truly suck for you, man. Guess what? I personally don't care. Alright, so that's fight number 2 out the way. Let's move on to fight number 3. I'm having a blast with this President Mike, I swear. Third team, this is what we are going up against. A team that would love to thrive off of their plus ultras, but we're going to make sure that we stop them for free. So with that being said, let's get into it. Now, I'm going to be activating again the action skill, the first one, more so than the second one, just to make sure they don't pop off. And if anything, this was an instructive lesson for me that most times you probably want to activate the first one more so than the second one. It's just the situation that you're in at the end of the day. So again, just the same thing that we've been doing throughout the entirety of the video. But that sucks. Midoriya has evasion. So again, we're probably going to have to switch a strategy right here. So we'll do this, and then this. Then we'll get the buff up a little bit later with Hawks. And President Mike. It's both of them. That's not one of them. Alright, now they're going to charge up a little bit less. Dodge. Dodge for Hawks. And then dodge again for Hawks. Such a go-to character for that, man. I swear. Alright, now we could do... We'll do this. I'm trying to think about when we should use the evasion for Momo, but so far we haven't had a need to use it whatsoever. Buff block, guess what? You get nothing, buddy. Nothing at all. You're useless. Oh, okay, so you're... Alright, so you're still able to get your plus ultra. So, President Mike, how are we going to resolve this issue? We're basically almost going to kill him. I thought he was going to kill him, but don't worry. We got our boy Hawks for that. He came in clutch. Alright, now she's going to activate the plus ultra. They all get evasion. And she activates hers. Which I don't think she had high, so we're fine in terms of our plus ultra charge rate being alright. Because she also does the same thing. You see, now this sucks because since we don't have Momo's active skill at the ready. This is why usually I like to run Midoriya and I like to write Momo. One of the reasons being is for the cooldown, so we have all our active skills ready to go. But this is one of the instances, man, where that's not coming for us. Alright, we're still fine, we're still fine. Next turn, we will be able to make sure we get some heals for that. Wow, funny enough, I activated my first active skill, yet the Hado has the nerve to have her plus ultra active. The nerve of this girl, the nerve! Do we want to do that? Yeah, we'll do that. I don't want her spamming her evasions. Alright, goodbye. Oh, so close yet so far. Absolutely far. But we do have last stand, so no matter who she hits right here, I think we're going to be fine. Oh, she hits the Hawks. We have to cover up. Sorry, buddy. Yeah, we'll do this. We need the last stand up. But she's going to AoE right here. Yeah, just in case she did a little bit more damage than I thought. This should kill. There's no way that this doesn't kill. Yeah, max damage. Get the hell up on my face. Oh, brother. The annoying guy has arrived. A.K.A. Red Shota Aizawa. Another character that you could personally put on your team if you want to. Like, if you don't want to bring the Hawks, you could definitely bring the Aizawa. Or if you don't want to bring the Momo, you could also bring Aizawa as well. You could leave him, like, in the back or something. Please don't kill him. Like, he's the showcase character. Come on, man. We are faster. Thank God we're faster. So, all we can do is pray, see what happens from here. Did we get the confusion off? I don't think we did. I think the plus ultra charge rate down, like the icon, makes me up for confusion. We did, but not on the character that I wanted. Alright, now we'll do this. We'll buff the AoE with Hawks, and then we'll just see what happens. Aizawa should be dead, right? Yeah, he's dead, and then GG go Reed. Alright, so with that, that is our 3 matches. Let's go back into the main menu and talk about President Mike as an entirety. President Mike, my overall opinions about this character. I really like this character a lot. He is doing a bunch of stuff that is benefiting me in Ultra Arena. For example, the main thing with this character is to push Ultra Gauge charge rate down. If anything, we did learn something new while we were fighting in that fight, is that some instances, you know, you want to activate the first active skill first, and then the second one, and other instances, you want to activate the second one, then you want to activate the first one. It really is a matter of what team you are going up against, and that's something cool about this President Mike, that you get to flip-flop the strategy on what you want to do. Either you want the opponent to not get their buffs, or you want the opponent to take their time with their plus ultra gauge charge rate. Now, we noticed as well with this present Mike is that if the opponent's entire team is based off of building up plus ultras, that's where that 10% really doesn't matter like that. But once they do finish activating the plus ultras and you activate yours, or you activate yours, then they activate theirs, then it makes it to where, okay, our first time was slow, we couldn't do it, but now we're ramping up on making it to where they're not going to activate the plus ultras the next time. Now we get to play it on our turf, and we're going to build up towards cooking them for free. And also another thing as well is that once we really do get to build this character up, the enemy team just can't deal with that whatsoever, and it's just bye-bye. President Mike's going to be able to do his damage. No matter what, he's going to be able to do that damage. So with that, that's all in today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to like and comment if you want to. You don't have to, but it's always greatly appreciated. Also subscribe. Again, you can let me know down below your own personal thoughts on this present Mike. And with that, I'll see y'all next time. Peace.